we bring in Shomo. Shomo is our 1984 architect, who was born into a musical family and son of the famous composer late Sudhin Das Gupta. He is actually the founder of Kolkata-based band Further Away and Feedback. He co-founded a rock band and a jazz band in Muscat. The jazz band Music Makers became the most popular local band with a huge number of shows. Shomo co-wrote and produced their first album Ripples in 2013. It was a fusion album with 11 live musicians and new band Crossover performed in India and Oman with great success. He has also directed some shows for TV with music at its core. Shomo is a disciple of Carlton Keto, the legendary jazz musician, also wrote and produced a solo blues, jazz, and rock instrumental album called Roots in 2014. And Shomo is currently working on writing an opera, which is very unique, especially for a BE College alum. So, Shomo, the stage is yours. And those of you who have not gotten a chance to listen to Shomo live, please come to the campus on 30th. He and his band will be performing. Shomo, take it away. An advance apology to the audience because we have spilled over the time a little bit. Go ahead, Shomo.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes, Shomo, you're audible.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And I'm really humbled to be in the presence of such august company. Actually, I have done a lot of music, yes, but I have always led a parallel life. I have done my architecture with equal zeal, and I have actually done the couple of palaces in Oman and an opera house and the Parliament of Oman, for which I was the architect. Actually, I mean, I was a project architect. So these two disciplines I have continued throughout my life. In fact, I was a musician before I started in B College. I was doing studio recordings at that time, and my father actually he passed away when I was in the second year. I had just finished my first year, and I went through college because I was playing. So I used to earn a lot from doing my gigs and studio work. So after graduating, I started working here in Calcutta. For about 3.5 years, I worked with one firm, and then I left. I always wanted to be an entrepreneur, so I left, and then I started on my own. Parallelly, I had this band which I was playing with, and I'm a little bit ambitious in this kind of thing, and I also started a firm called Naksha, which was an ad agency. So I think I mean we can actually look at a lot of disciplines that we can actually do startups with. So I did that ad agency, and then I was working here, and I found it quite difficult. The 80s was quite difficult for an architect to survive, actually, survive well for a young architect. So I went to Muscat, and I actually stayed there for 30 years, and that really helped me because Muscat is a very peaceful place and not much of traffic. You don't lose a lot of time. So I had a lot of time to myself. So I pursued my music. So what I wanted to tell to youngsters here that I'll just keep it short because I think we have already overshot the time. There are so many things that one can do after one graduates. For an architect, especially, one can do a ad agency very easily, and then, in fact, a multimedia company which I started in Dubai between in 2021. It was a wrong timing because it was COVID, and it was very difficult for me to sustain. But then I have come back here, and I have started a similar kind of a thing. I have started my own production, and it is like a mini serial that I'm doing. That you with 4 episodes with songs, and the song features there. So that is another kind of thing that graduates could do. I mean, if you have an inclination with music, if you have some inclination with music after you graduate, I'm not saying you take that as a profession completely. Though there are some people who have done that from our college. There's a person called Orko Chakraborty, who's one of the top piano players in India today. He plays jazz. So if you're into music, you could actually be a touring and a performing artist. You could be an arranger. Arrangers are making a lot of money these days. You could have your YouTube and streaming platforms. A little bit difficult it has become now to get meaningful returns. But these are mostly like show reels now, with which you get shows and you do these shows and you earn some money. You could be a music teacher, and you could do a lot of self-publishing. Uh, there is uh, everybody probably knows about Pink Floyd. The Pink Floyd, when they started their career, their stage used to be designed by an architect, Frey Otto, and that is another way of doing something different. Uh, a lot of people actually do these Durga Puja pandals, which is beautiful actually, and a lot of architects are involved in that. So that is also something which has come up recently. And so there are other things like podcast and all that which people can do. I'm not saying that you could actually just forget what you've learned in the college. It's better to keep with it for some time and then pursue your hobby, pursue this as a hobby. And if it actually takes off, then you could consider doing that. So I think that's enough for today. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Shomo. I know we